dear students, today we are going to study the remaining part of lesson number 11, cell structure and microorganisms. Students, in the last lecture we have studied about the growth of microorganisms. Now today we are going to study the useful microorganisms. For observing these microorganisms, just you have to do one activity. Take 2 earthen pots half filled with soil and mark them A and B. Now mix some waste material like garden waste, dung, fruit peel, vegetable stalks, paper scrap, etc. with the soil in pot A. Now mix things like pieces of glass, scrap metal, plastic bags with the soil in pot B. Now keep both pots at the same spot in the garden and observe them after 3 to 4 weeks. After 3 to 4 weeks, you can see microbes present in soil, dung, etc. decompose the garbage to obtain food material. As a result, garbage is soon converted into manure of the best quality and our surroundings are kept clean. As in the case of garbage, for proper sewage disposal too, microbes are released into the sewage so as to help in the quick decomposition of the organic compounds in it. We have seen that some microorganisms present in the soil and those in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Now you can see here the leguminous plant, the roots of leguminous plant, it is displayed on the screen here. Leguminous plants, for example, beans, then lentils, peas. These are all leguminous plants. These convert atmospheric nitrogen into its compounds. These nitrogenous compounds help to increase soil fertility and thereby the protein content of the pulses grown in that soil. So these compounds are very useful. Now students, let us recall, if a few drops of yogurt or buttermilk are mixed with lukewarm milk and it is kept at that temperature for 8 to 10 hours, microbes present in the drops of yogurt quickly multiply and the milk gets converted into yogurt. Microbes are thus useful for producing milk products like butter, buttermilk, cheese, etc. You can see here. Now students, let us see what is fermentation. The detailed study you are going to study in the next standard. So for this year, you just remember the definition, how it is. The chemical process of conversion of one type of carbon compound into another type of carbon compound by the action of microorganisms is called fermentation. Heat is generated in this process and carbon dioxide and some other gases are released. These gases cause an increase in volume. Example, bread dough and idli batter are seen to rise. The process of fermentation is used for making yogurt from milk, producing alcohol from grains and fruits, bread from flour, as well as in the production of acetic acid, citric acid, lactic acid, vitamins, antibiotics, etc. So for this year, you just remember the definition of fermentation. If microbes are allowed to grow in batter, dough, fruit juices, etc., they break down these substances, producing new compounds as they grow and multiply in them. This microbial process is used in the production of various common foodstuffs. You can see the foodstuffs here. Sometimes when you are ill, the doctor prescribes capsules or injections of medicines like penicillin. These types of medicines destroy the pathogens and retard their growth. These are called as antibiotics. You can see here it is displayed over here. Antibiotics are produced with the help of specific microbes. So you can make out that some microbes are harmful and some are useful. Diseases like tuberculosis, typhoid, cholera, etc., which were previously considered incurable, have now come under control because of antibiotics. Domestic animals too can be protected from various diseases by mixing antibiotics with their food. Plant diseases can also be controlled with the help of antibiotics. So antibiotics are very useful to human beings and also plants also and animals also. So you have to always remember, though antibiotics are useful for curing certain diseases, they can be harmful if used without consulting a physician. Hence, a course of antibiotics should be completed strictly following the doctor's prescription. In fact, we should not take any medicines on our own to treat ailments like body aches, headaches, common colds, etc. Now let us study about vaccine. A vaccine is produced in a laboratory with the help of microbes that gives immunity against a particular disease. If we have been vaccinated against any disease, our immunity, that is resistance to that disease, increases so that the possibility of contracting that disease is greatly reduced. Microbes are also used in processes like tanning of skin, then production of ropes and strings from a agave. Some microbes are used as oil for their growth. Such microbes are used to clear a layer of oil floating on the surface of an ocean or lake formed due to a leak or a spill, that is to clear an oil slick. Here you can see if oil is spilled, it is used to remove. Then farm waste, human urine and feces, then wet garbage, etc., is collected and used in a biogas plant to produce biogas and fertilizer. Now let us study about harmful microorganisms. If jars of pickles, jams, that is murabba, etc., are opened after a long time, a round layer of white scum or black particles may appear to have formed on the surface. You can see here it is displayed over on the screen. In summer, milk and meat get spoiled quickly. Fungus grows quickly on moist and stale food. Now, what is food poisoning? As they use foodstuffs for their own nutrition, some microbes release toxic materials, that is, dangerous materials called as enterotoxins, into the food. Such toxins spoil the food. Eating such spoiled food can cause loose motions and vomiting. So, this was about food poisoning. Now, the pathogens, diseases producing microorganisms. Pathogens may be present in water, that is, water bodies contaminated with sewage and dirt from the surroundings, in food left uncovered in unhygienic conditions with houseflies sitting on it, etc. If such contaminated food or water is consumed, we may fall ill with diseases of the alimentary canal. You can see here, like amoebiasis, typhoid, cholera, hepatitis, gastro, that is stomach diseases. Pathogens are released in the air when a person having an infection of the respiratory tract sneezes or coughs. A healthy person may get infected with such pathogens on breathing in the same air and contract diseases like common cold, cough, diphtheria, pneumonia, tuberculosis, etc. You can see here some mistake is there. So just after pneumonia, tuberculosis, the spelling I am going to write it over here. Tuberculosis, TUBERCULOSIS. Okay, then the mosquitoes reproduce in places like heaps of garbage, drains, then stagnant water, etc. Microbes that cause diseases like malaria, dengue, elephantiasis, yellow fever, chikungunya, Zika fever, etc. gain entry into the human body through the bite of a female mosquito. You can see here the diseases caused by mosquitoes. So students, always remember, eat fresh and properly covered food. Always drink boiled water. Hold a handkerchief over your mouth and nose when you cough or sneeze. Don't allow garbage and water to accumulate around your house. So all these things you have to remember. Then the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Now see here students, almost 80% of all diseases occur due to uncleanliness. Keeping our surroundings clean, avoiding litter and disposing garbage properly, avoiding defecation in the open are some easy ways to stop the spread of diseases. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is a national movement started several years ago to increase awareness about public hygiene along with habits of personal hygiene. Let us participate in this movement by starting a cleanliness drive in our school and neighborhood.